Good morning, my peeps.
Morning, Joe.
Good morning.
Good
How's
morning.
everybody doing? Okay. These strings going here. Of course, we had that big sell-off yesterday. VIX has been screaming. It's fine. QQQ. Of course, they had that break retest yesterday. We'll go over NQ ES here in a second. Guess the game plan. All right. Right off the bat, we got tests up here. Let's look at it. Right here on support, it's making higher lows right here on the weekly. It is coming down our A+ setup right here on the week. 793. Big target on this thing. It could see $700. We'll take that lower pivot. This is an A+ setup down at 756. Currently popped up here pre-market. Anything that takes out this low here will be short immediately. It's right in the middle of consolidation. So let's go ahead and mark this pre-market low here. Let's go to NQ. Always start with a higher time frame, work your way back. Right here on the month, it did tick down below that pivot or this support level. Guys, if we break 12,801 on NQ, this damn thing can drop like a rock. Now we can see 12,200, but that'd be our first level of support. But again, we're coming down here close to this pivot on the weekly. We're inside on the daily, and we have this big measure move candle here. Again, anytime we break 12,801, this thing can drop like a rock. It's making lower highs right now. First level support day, 12,989. If it breaks that, it's done with. So here's our levels on it. If we break the high of this pivot here, it'll be long. If we break support, it'll be short. Now we're coming down this big solid green candle right here. That's that 160. It would look like this. There's a pullback to the downside. If it's going to continue back up because the pivot's a magnet, it will. We'll see a pullback. As soon as it takes this high out right here, we're going to come right back to the top. Again, it's a big red candle back to the top as well. So we can go back up just as quickly as we can go down here. On these levels, we'll be looking for support. There's a support level right here. So that'll be our first target if it starts to break down. We're right in the middle of this range as well. So we want to keep that in mind. 50 seconds left here. ES. ES, you got to look basically the same exact thing. It didn't take out the low, so it made a higher low right here. Each time it makes a higher low, when we take a look at it, there is support right here on top or on the bottom, the low. And the same setup. If it breaks the high on the pivot, so 42.17 would be long. If it breaks a low, it'll be short. Anything that was been puking and it breaks yesterday's low, it will be short immediately, guys. So we'll keep an eye on NQ here and Tesla. Tesla could fill that gap instantly. So we'll keep an eye on it. It's in major problems already. So. And also NVIDIA have been having problems. So. That's a short here. Watching NQ, guys. I can tell you this: NQ breaks $54 to be long here. We're going to target 83. Test is coming on down here. All right, NQ's at first target here. When you see how it reacts, it can reject harshly here. That is a major resistance level. All right, guys, Tesla going to be short again under low a day here. So as soon as it breaks 89230, you'll be adding to it. Watching the video as well. All right, NQ came up. It went long with this candle right here. Target was resistance. All right, and then top of this candle here, you want to be out before it gets here. The reason being it's so close to resistance right here. That's major resistance in this range right here. Just watch it. See if NQ breaks. If it breaks, the target's going to be this 13,104 level. NQ's going to be launching the breaks high day here. As soon as it breaks $34, it'll be long. Again, there is resistance right here. Ain't too long. We're going to target 148, 161. BA's absolutely dying. All right, NQ goes long again over high. So if NQ breaks 118, it'll be long again. Found a lot of resistance right here at 13.12 and 20. If you look at the 1530, we can see we're stuck right in the middle of this range right here. The reason it pops up so quick because it's running those stops. After it runs those stops, this thing can drop like a rock right here. Right below that is resistance, or some resistance, and right on top the resistance as well. There's that higher low on it. We're still stuck inside this. This right here is a consolidation. Right inside this larger consolidation. We're making higher highs and higher lows. It's inside consolidation of a large one as well. Plenty of range in this thing. You gotta remember, we've been in a downtrend, but we take it whatever way it wants to go. Right off the bat here, NQ's gonna be long. Tesla's long right here as well. Amazon's long. Super clean setup here, guys. AMD's long right now as well. All right, NQ breaks high day 138. It'll be long again here. Scalp it again. Tesla's pushing out. Tesla breaks 925. This thing can go right back up to pivot, so 970. Bought some out of the money options on this thing. They're up 18%. You can make a lot of money buying out of the money stuff. So I took it down. I think I got 6% to the downside. Up currently right at 13% now. Waiting on NQ to see if it can break 13,138. Again, we're going to target pivot here. It really needs to break 183. If it breaks 103, we can come back up to the next level, which would be 13,210, 220. AMD ripping. I tell you what, BA must have had shit earnings because it's absolutely dying, guys. Whew. It's coming down that big green candle month. Already be 146 on this thing. I'm in there $10. Right now, we're at exhaustion gap right here as it pukes. We're going to pull back up here. Bob is ripping. That's starting to hesitate. Right here on the 6, you can see it. We'll just pull it up on the 15. This is a consolidation break. Come back through that A+ setup here. We want to get set outside this range first. Right here, all this is consolidation. All this right here is a sideways move. This right here is a compound too. That's a solid red candle right there, which means it's clean price action. Now there is resistance along the way. Here's resistance. Here's one. Some stronger than others. All right. Now, because the pivots are magnet, they like to come back through. So a lot of times they'll consolidate, come right back up and pop. It's still weak. A lot of times when we see this green right here open, especially after a big sell-off, it's people exiting their positions. They're taking profits on it, getting the hell out. They push it up, and then they come right back down. Something to be aware of. There. BH still come down. All right, guys. NQ breaks 313.083. It will be short. All right. And it will drop like a damn rock. We're going to target 50% of this candle here, 13.049. The open and low day. Now, I consider this first candle here at 9:30 open low day, even though it's been going all night. And if it takes high day, current candle side will be long. We're still going to target this pivot on the 5-minute. That gets us to the top of this big red candle. And choose long here. Tesla's going to be long again over high day. AMD still pushing up here, sitting around top of resistance level currently. If it breaks that, we'll see pivot 15 and then 60. Baba's still going and come right back up to pivot 60 as well. All right, let's pull up the 5-minute here. Actually, let's do this. Let's pull up to 30 or to 60. It don't matter. Right here, there's a higher low. There's consolidation. Remember, it can come back up to that red candle there because, first of all, it's clean, but secondly, it's run stops. Now, once it gets to the top there, it can drop right back down. Right now, we're doing a symmetrical triangle, so lower highs and higher lows. Now, it gets really fun when it breaks this pivot here. Right? We get a break, retest on the 5-minute top side. We'll push back up. Now, there's resistance right above it right here, too. it gets super clean right here. That's where it gets clean again. Too long here. There we go. Holy shit. There's 20 bucks in a blink. We're on top of that, where we passed that candle right there. Still, we got to break that pivot on the 30. Long again here. One didn't get filled there. There's 10 points. Oh, gonna take profits right there. It's long again here. $5 points. Long again. 7 points. Long again. It's taking the 30 up. Now it could expand here and come right back down, so be careful. All right. Whoa, shit. All right, take profits again right there. Tesla's still pushing up here, guys. Every time it pulls back and breaks, it's long. Now, look, I'm watching the 30 here because it could be expansion. All right. So just in a few seconds there, I'm up 4,930 bucks from just now. So right now, this thing right here could expand. We want to see it break retest on a 5-minute before it pushes back up again right here on top. There's a major chop. If it's chopped there before, it could chop there again. So that's going to be target. Now, actually, to be exact, the body of this candle right here, and then the highs target, and then this one. If it breaks that level, it's super clean right here. We can move back up to that range very quickly. So we're pulling back here. If it breaks the high of this candle right here, it'll be long instantly. And somebody's asking every day, am I watching the order entry, DOM, or the candles? Well, the candles, I know it's going to keep pushing up, so I'm watching the P&L on them, see how many points I'm moving. I don't watch both. I look for the setup, I buy, and I'm looking at profit. Now, when I'm looking, every time it breaks high here, it's going to move 5-10 points minimum. And I don't need much of that. That's just part of it. It's long right here. There's 15 points in a blank. See, every time it breaks, it moves up $6,500. 65.60 to be exact. Tesla's still pushing here. Breaks high day again. It'll be long. Pulling back here again, it could pull back. It could be a bull trap. I'm aware of it, right? Until I get that pullback retest on it, it's a bull trap. That's what I'm thinking in my head on this 30 here. It's above the pivot. All right. Until it shows me otherwise, I'm thinking the worst case. I'm thinking it can pull back and start to come back through there. Because if we look at 60 here, you want to be aware of all time frames. It's telling you a story, and the candles tell you a story. Right here, pivot. See, it's right above it. Now, they could trap buyers, create liquidity, run stops, and then take this thing right back down. This is also 50% of this range right here. All right, it's a common pullback area, 50, 61%. So that's why I like the pullbacks and it breaks the top side, because it gives me confirmation that we're in an uptrend, right? As soon as it comes back down, we're in the downtrend. Let's short right here. Now, I'm not thinking, there's a profit right there. I'm not thinking this thing's dying just yet. I'm scalping a pullback, so I'm scalping profit taking. All right, it can come back to 164 here. Every time it breaks low, I'll short it. I know this is still strong. All I'm doing is playing a pullback on it. All right. Now, I'm hoping it come back to retest this pivot right here, 155. It don't have to touch it. It just got to get close. Let's say the big exact is 61. At any time it takes the high day here, it'll be long again. AMD hit first target there. Next target be 60 on it, but that 60 is major resistance. Up currently 69.60. BA still coming down here. Let's go long. I'm not wanting a bunch. I'm just taking bits and pieces of this thing. See if it fail me. If it starts coming back down, I'll cut it. I got an order in at 22, so it filled it right there. I'm going to buy again if it breaks high here. Bava's long again right here. Target pivot 68 plus setup on it. BA still coming down. Short again right this second. Lulu's going to be long over high day. Target's going to be 361. I tell you what, if we can break above 13, 218, 220, this thing's going to rip. Long right here. Got to order at 36. Waiting to take another entry into it, up $7,700. Buy here. I'm gonna close this one out here. Yeah, I'm gonna close this one out. If it looks funny, I'll cut it. Support level will be 13,204. I'm not gonna hold it, hoping that it comes back and bounces. I'm still gonna buy again if it breaks high today. AMD's currently retesting pivot. It's 950. Looking for a break of high day here. A little bit of resistance up here. We can tell because of that wick right there. There's resistance right on the top here. Let's short it. Target 200. 5 points. Target's going to be right here on these bodies. That's support. If that support level holds, we'll be looking to take it right back to the top, right over the high day. Now, even though I expect it to come here, I don't need the entire movement. I just need bits and pieces of it. Let's go long here. There's 15 points. Look for a pullback on it. I'm seeing if it comes back to this wick right here at 1239. Let me pull up the 5 minute. Bodies are getting smaller, volumes decreasing. So these candles tell a story. Right here, it comes up, pulls back, to the next candle came back. I shorted it from here to here. When it popped back up, I took it long before it got to the top of the break. I took this point right here. I stopped that earlier. I'm back at $7,400. It's starting to wick at the top. They're showing some weakness here. So it looks like this right here. There's consolidation here. First off, it's a major resistance level here. All right, or support. It's consolidating sideways here. If we take this wick out, target's only going to be right here. All right, and then the wick. And potential for it to come all the way back down. We're waiting. If it goes solid right here, I'll short it. I'll just scalp the downside. Short it. There's 5 points. Short. $5 points. $3 points. If it breaks this wick right here, right where this line is right here, we're going to take 50% here, and then here. All right. Now, still, this is still just a consolidation. So this range right here is still sideways. That's still a consolidation right there. All right. This is support on the red line right there. That's support. That's resistance. Everything in between is consolidation. So all this is consolidation. Or wait on a break of this 2 points here. That's all we're doing. Now, don't just be so focused on the 5 minute. I've only got the 5 minute up here, but I'm watching 30, 15, 30, 60. All right, we already know it's in a major downtrend here. So watching how it reacts. If it takes this wick out right here, we're going to target 50% here. This is 50% of that candle. All right, and then we'll target this wick, the open, and the low. We're just waiting to see what it does. It's chopping. It's in a consolidation here, right? Let's go ahead and short it here. All right, 3 points. Short it. Scalp it again. Short again. I may close this one out. It's got to stay right on top of this level here. Right here. I want this right here to act as resistance. Now, target's going to be the low. There's 5 points. The break retest downside. Still in the consolidation phase here. All right, all this right here is sideways. Look for a break. See how it wicked down 3 different times right here? 1, 2, 3. If it breaks that, we'll see a big drop here. Again, we're going to target 50% of the drop right there. Ready? All I'm doing is reading the candles. We're still bullish. Look here. This is the day's range here. We're up in the top 25% of this range. It's still strong. And every time it comes right here, if you had book maps up, if if you had book maps up, there'd be a strong sell orders right here. All right. So the sellers are got to take control, or they're buy orders right there, not sell orders. They're buy orders there. We know it because of the wicking. It's right there on the range. Now, sellers got to take control to break that level. I think they're going to. I'm being a little bit risky here. There's 5 points. That's short again here. There's 3 points. Look for a pullback. Short again. We're going to go for 50% here. There's 5 points. Every time it pulls back and breaks, I'm taking it. So it looks like this. Break down. Break down. I don't need much of it. Also, this level here that was support is resistance now. See it pull back to it. Every time it takes a low out, it's short. There's 5 points. Short again. There's 10 points. Now, where's the target at on this thing? 50%, guys. Do we hit it? Yes, sir. So right there. Support right there on the wick. See it break down, pull back. It goes time. Every time it pulls back in itself and goes, it's short. Now, target 50%. All right. Then right here. So right here, we saw support there because of the wicking. All right. It finally broke. We're going to target 50% of this range right here. That wick, the open low. Now, again, this is still consolidation. There is a pivot here. You got to be aware of all pivots. Right? If we take this candle's high right here, it'll be long. We'll target resistance to bodies. There is a major resistance level up on top here, right here.
Hey, Jerry, every time you say there's 5 points, is that you closing out a position?
Oh, yep. Yep. When I see 3 to 5 points, I'll so I enter, I sell bid, I buy bid. When I want to exit, I buy ass, sell ass. Yeah. So I'm up.
So you just did basically 5-6 trades there in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, I'm up $10,810.
Shit.
Yeah, I've had one bad trade from scalping so far. Yep, I'm not greedy. I just need a little bit of the pie. Now, when I take these breaks, every time they pull back and break. So every time this thing pulls back and breaks. Now, I'm not taking them random. They're key breaks. So here, when it breaks that, it came back to retest, and then it broke. It pulled back in itself and broke. And then, we're still in a downside. I'm still going to target 50%, but I'll take that move down 2 or 3 times. Each time it pulls back and breaks from scalping. Each time it breaks, this wave right here, it moves 5 or 10 points instantly. Now, I know that. So I just want a piece of it, 25 to 50% of the full of the break, the initial snap of it. I'm not going to, now, with regular options and stuff like that, you may want to hold till 50%, but on this, you don't have to.
Right.
You just take bits and pieces because it can pull against you so quick. It's short again here in just a second. Now, this level here where these wicks are, that is a resistance level. So we're looking for a break on it. If it breaks this candle right here, we'll target 50% of this candle here, and then the bodies. Again, there's a day's range. There's a pivot. It could look like this. 30% retracement back to the top side. So here's our levels right this second. Breaks the high of this candle here, it's long. If it breaks the low, it's short. If it breaks that low, we'll target the bodies and the pivot. But yeah, I'm just looking for bits and pieces, small pieces. Now, if I expect this thing to drop to 50%, it's a $50 move, I'll scalp it all the way down. 5, 10 points at a time. And sometimes on the break, it moves so fast, I'll get 10 points, 15, sometimes 20, 30 on the break.
Right. You just know it's in a consolidation right now. So that's why you're just quick in and out type of trades right there.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. exactly. This is all consolidation or chop. Right here, I'll draw it to be exact. All this right here is a consolidation or rest. Now remember, it's resting because it just moved from 260. It just moved 260 points. It needs rest. And it's still semi-bullish because we're up in the top 20% of this range. It's long right here. Missed it. All right, so this thing's pulling back here. I'm seeing if this lower here acts as a support level now. Now, when it broke that level, it was long again. The target's the body. I'm not going to hold the whole damn move. I'm not going to hold all the move. Next time it goes short on this wick right here. So I'm just taking bits and pieces, bits and pieces. If it breaks that wick, we're shorter here. Short. There's 10 points. Now I'm looking for a break of current candle here. Short. I'm missing it from playing. There's 5 points.
I see what you're doing. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So every time it pulls back, so my target's here, right? But every time it's on its way down, I'm just taking a spike. It's less risk. It's just less risk. And that's the name of the game about futures is less. The less time you're in, the less risk. It's just plain and simple. That's all there is to it. So there's a target. So I expect it to get my target every single time. Next target's going to be this wick and then pivot. I don't need to be in it the entire time. Short right here. There's 5 points. Test is short here, guys. Target gap fill. And we're back in a downtrend.
This could be the beginning phase of a symmetrical triangle too, right?
It could be. Well, let me do this. It's when you're trading, guys, don't be so focused on the 5 minute. Oh, this thing could come all the way back down to fucking open. We're gonna target pivot. Yeah, it can come all the way back down. It's a beautiful A+ setup here. There's 5 points. It's coming right back to pivot here, guys. There's 3 points. Yeah, this is an A+ setup right here. This is my A+ setup. So right here, lower highs, come back through that large candle. There's consolidation break. Target 50% of candle, open low. This is a money pattern here, guys. This is absolute money. This is the cleanest, best move possible. Wait, exhaustion risk here. I want to see a pullback. The pullbacks are healthy. I mean, that's all there is to it. I expect this thing to get to 50% here and low. Shorter here. $5 points. Up 15,000. And 70 blocks. That's a short for gap fill, and NVIDIA short here, guys. Facebook short. Facebook's got that same exact pattern, guys. Zoom short, same exact pattern. Beautiful setups. Beautiful.
What's the target on Tesla?
Let's see. Our first target's gonna be gap fill on it. Hold up. $885. 885, 881, 875. We're at pivot right here on the 5-minute. That's still a significant level there. So even though this thing should come all the way back down, we still got to be aware of pivots and all that other stuff. Never neglect a pivot. If it's along the way, that's an individual target. You're very welcome. Yeah, anybody's got questions, please reach out. That's what I'm here for, guys. If you got a question, someone else probably got the same question. I'm not untouchable. You can ask me anything. Right here, it's roughly a 60% retracement so far. It's also bouncing off of a pivot for resistance. You know, I don't care which way it goes. I'm looking to see now if it breaks a resistance level. You know, right here. If it breaks that level here and we get a pullback to the top side, I'll come right back up and target this and this. There's an A+ setup right there as it breaks, even on the 5-minute.
It's a candle body or the candle wick?
Bodies and wick.
Okay. For taking it long.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So we wait. This thing just dropped. This thing just dropped like a rock right here. It needs a rest. And you know, when we start seeing a consolidation like that, it's important that we see it. They're healthy. You want to see a consolidation. There's no doubt about it. Bob is short here. And AMD short. I mean, the market is so crazy. There's no way in hell you're going to stay in the trade all day. It's not going to happen. You cannot do it. You can't do it. VA still dropping here, guys. Now let's look at this thing right here. It's right there on the pivot. We want it to break the pivot. We'll target this next candle right here, short right here. We'll see it come back up to retest it. So we want this pivot to act as a resistance level before it's pushed back down. There's 10 points. It's going to be short again as soon as it breaks the lower current candle. Short. I'm going to cancel that one out. Still up 14.9. Every time it pulls back, I'm seeing if it respects this pivot on the downside. I want to see it touch it. All right. Still a short again on the lower candle. I'm going to target 50%. I expect it to go to open, but I'm going to target 50%. Wait. All right, if it takes that low, it'll be short here. Retesting. Come on, come on. I'm short here. Respect it. Come on, come on, come on. Making a higher low right here. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and take profits on it. I want to see a clear break every cow. There's 10 points. Six points. There's 50% of candle. You feel me? Come on, come on, come on. Short. Short.
So did you just short it on that bounce up right there again?
Yep. Take profits right there. It's that target right there, guys.
Wow, what a big ass move there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's my A+ setup. Short again. Yeah, it's an A+ setup, my friend. Close that one out. So here's what's going on with it. Solid green candle, consolidation, reversal back to it. It's lower highs. That big green candle is money. Price can move back through there just as quickly as it went back up. A lot of stops, clean price action. Let's go to 15 only. Let's see it a bit better here. This pattern works on all time frames. It's money. Absolute money. There's them lower highs there. There's a consolidation. It breaks, target 50%, open low. Pivot. Absolute money. That's a big ass move. That's 200 points. $200. I stopped out a couple times. I'm still at 14,000. Nice job, Patrick. Zoom's still coming down. If you look at all these tickers, short here, they're all doing the same exact thing. If we break that low, that'll be short. Only problem is we're at pivot now. So when we get close to pivot, guys, you got to wait because that pivot marks major support resistance levels. All right, there's target hit or magnitude on the 5-minute. So magnitude is pivot to pivot to pivot. It's different for each time frame. Now remember, if it comes down, it fails to touch it by 1 cent, makes it bullish. Why? Because it's a double bottom there. Watch. It starts breaking this candle right here. We'll target 50% of this range. If it breaks, we want to see it retest to the downside. Now, on the 15, there's another target down there, and that target's going to be 12,978. So it's short right there. Whoo, shit. What a drop. It's in trouble, boys and girls. Yeah. Market hurting. At $2. All right, before it started ticking up there, up 16,000. 70 bucks. All right, if you're in Tesla, drag your stops down to hit target. Facebook, hit target. Baba, hit first target, 50%. Next target, pivot. Let me show you a few things right quick. I'll quit playing for a second here. I hate leaving money. Now, right now, this thing's sitting on the pivot 15, guys, which is a major support level. And every time it got close, it's rejected and pushed back up. Let's see if it breaks down here. Short it. Three points. Short. There's 5 points. Whew. Shit. Three points. All right, back up to 17.2. All right, let me quit playing for a second. All right, let's look at Zen. Well, first off, let's look at Tesla. If you're in Tesla, the lady was asking about it, drag your stops down. You don't want to just sell it. All right, when it hits target, you want to use your stops, okay? You want to use a stop. Your stop should be at 50% of this candle right here. So 885. Same setup there, gap fill, target, pivot. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA, same setup here. Short. All right. So your A+ setup here, lower highs, breaks consolidation, target 50%, open lower day, and it continues to sell off. BABA, same setup, still got room on it, right? So some lead, some lag. Target 50% is hit. If you draw this as a compound candle, next target's going to be support, open lower day, pivot. Coin, I didn't talk about it, but coin's the same exact same. We did talk about Zoom being short. Same pattern, consolidation break, lower high. So when it breaks this candle right here, come back to retest, you short immediately. Target 50%, open lower day. BA, we talked about BA from the open, from the get-go. There's a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? There's a problem with it. It's a big ass drop on the day. It's still going, picking up steam on the way down. So I'll give you a bunch of trades. If you don't trade futures, there's still a lot of moves out there you can make. Now BA, we talked about it. It's almost at target already on the daily. Or what was it? The weekly? Oh yeah, the monthly. This big green candle. So look here. My A+ setup comes in all forms. This right here is an A+ setup too, guys. When you're looking at taking trades, your best trades come back through large candles. So let's look at this right here. Under this wick right here, we want to see what's directly below it. And right below it's just a big green candle. See it? So the target is going to be the open and the low of the green candle. So whenever you're looking at tickers and you want to see what they're going back through, your best trades, regardless of what time frame it is, come back to these large candles. That's a big candle. That's that A+ setup. All right. On the month. So big ass move. So that setup works on all time frames. The key is come back through clean price action. Right here on the weekly, filling the gap currently. That gap fills at hell, it just filled. It's coming down. That's all I can say about that. Costco, same setup. All right, big candle come back through range. I tell you what, guys, if Costco breaks 553.31, it's a rip. It's done with. it can come all the way back down to 535. And there's an A+ setup setting up on the weekly and the monthly. So it needs a break this wick right here, which is 549. If it breaks that, we got a big ass green candle. If you take and compound this candle, it's a big green candle to here. And if you're going to be really technical, that candle's this big. That's a solid green candle to there. All right. Right now, it's to there, to pivot. NQ popping back up there. It's expansion of range. Going to be long here. That's 5 points. If it pulls back and pushes back up, we're going to target 50%, 1308.03. But always start at the higher time frames, guys. If you're looking at ticker, start at the month and work your way back. All right. Now, when they get these pivots, they do a couple different things. It's important to know what they do. All right. So let's look at it. Right now, it expanded the range. All right. There's expansion on the range, top side and downside. So it looks like this right here. It breaks, expands. Sometimes there's expansion on both sides. Even on the top pivot, there's expansion on top side and downside. That's important for stop placements and also to keep you out of trouble. Right now, this is a bear trap. They ran stops, trapped sellers, and they're going to keep pushing back up. Anyway, if it breaks this candle's high here, we'll target the percent. So again, just a big ass green candle. All right, it came back down quickly. Now we have a big red candle. All right, so it can come right back up. If we get an inside candle here, it makes a higher low. It breaks this wick right here. It'll be long instant. We'll target 50%, pivot, and then we'll start targeting these ranges right here. All right. That's a beautiful thing about these big drops. When they start to take off, they can go either damn way. Frankly, it doesn't matter. Now, again, you want to be aware of all time frames. So right here on the 60, we're in this large consolidation, and we're right in the middle of it. It's ugly. It's expanding. It's broadening. It's expanding. Right off the bat, here's the levels. If it breaks 12,945, low a day to be short. If it breaks the high, this candle here be long. Long here. Let's close it. It's getting really close to 10:30. Shop still coming down. What a beast. Shop broke consolidation on 60 downside. So I'm reading this on off. Myrna's taking a big hit here. Nice job, Jason. I appreciate it. Everybody's doing wonderful today. If you guys don't mind, do me a favor. Go on Twitter and just say, hey, Big O's room's really the shit. The guy knows what he's talking about. You know, if you're losing money, you know, you owe it to yourself to at least go join the room and learn something. Because if you're losing $200 a day or more, or maybe $200 over the month, you owe it to yourself to join, because you can make your money while you're learning the strategy that'll really change your life. If it breaks this candle, look, take it long. We're making higher lows here. Being a little bit aggressive with it. So right here, A+ setup coming back up. Right here, higher lows. It needs to break this right here. So right here is consolidation, but it's making higher lows. It needs to break. You're safe if you wait till it breaks it. Okay. You're safer if you wait till it breaks it. Come on, come on, come on. That's another good thing about futures is, hell, you don't have to sit in it. Take your money and run with it. I'm so dirty. We break this low right here, it'll be short. Target will be this wick. Still making higher lows here. It needs to break this wick right here. If it breaks that wick, we'll see open high that body. If it breaks the low, it'll be short. Again, the target will be the low. This is consolidation as well. Right here. There you go short here. Whew. Short. I mean, really short if it breaks this candle here. Short. See if it breaks it. Let me get rid of this right here. It's important to watch these lows. Right now, it's like that. It's actually higher. So it needs to take that low out to continue the downtrend. It looks like this. Take that out. Short it here. Let this break. Holy shit. Wow. Wow. Seeing it pull back here. I'm seeing how far it will touch us. Short again here. Whew. I get your blood pumping. Short again. Whew. Short again. I'm going to close it there. I'll take a chance on it. Every time it pulls up like that after a break, I'm seeing when it pulls back, how far it pulls back. So immediately when it enters or breaks that consolidation, I'm looking, even in current candle, I'm looking to see it hold or respect this support level here. I want to act as resistance. So I'm looking, I'm physically looking each time it pulls back and down where it's stopping at. If it respects it, then price will continue to go lower. So right now I'm looking for a break of this wick here. So, and I know the next level of supports here, resistance. This entire range, this is an area of resistance support. Now I don't care if it holds or not. I'm just looking for a trade. Now each time it breaks and then pulls back, I'll scalp it. Then I'll wait the next setup. If it never breaks, I never enter again. As far as that goes, this thing may come back up to pivot. If it breaks that pivot, there's also another major level of resistance right here. Just take a look at it. Now these pivots are magnets. So. Consolidation. It might pop right back up here. Long. I missed it. It's long. Shit. Big move. Higher low broke pivot, target bodies and the wicks. Now, this is consolidation or chop, so you gotta be real careful on here. The next big move happens when it breaks this wick here. Right here. Can't get rid of it. It happens when it breaks that wick. And on top of that, all this consolidation range, a chop. You can play it. You just got to be careful. Short here. All right. After 10:30, we don't need to be doing anything else. After 10:30, you gotta be real careful. And really, you only need to play the. You don't need to play anywhere inside this right here. It needs to be outside. It needs to be outside consolidation for your safest entries. Also, if you want to be really safe, you wait on a retest. So here's a major consolidation marked by this box right here. Your best trades are going to come outside this box. Don't do anything inside of it. If you want to be really safe, wait on a retest. There we go. Come on, come on. $10 points. So your best trade's going outside that. Again, I'm watching it pull back to see if it retests that level. So I'm waiting on to retest that level and then take the high each time. If it breaks the high, it'll be long here. Remember too, your best trades happen on the retest. That's your safest trades on the consolidation breaks. 5 points. I'm now waiting on it to break the high. Let me redraw it. I'm going to redraw the consolidation. It's based off the high of that candle right there to the low. It's going to be really safe if you wait till it breaks it and retest it. All right, you want that low to become, so this is resistance here, you want it to become support. And you will not enter until it breaks the high. Okay. It gives you a tight stop too. Stop would go here on futures, 10-point max loss. That's all you want. Sitting at 17,150 bucks on futures open. The next level of support would be here. Decides to keep on going. It's back in the chop, right? And we're up to 1030. Nice job. Nice job. There's a gap up yesterday from 17 to 18 when I opened, found supporters just now. We're going to hit the low at the top of that gap here. Finish like good job. Yeah. That's a good eye. Nice catch on it. Let's see where she goes. Zoom's almost back to open. BA's going to pull back here. If it takes a little day to be short again, we got our entry. We're took that big ass move to the downside. It needs a rest. If this thing breaks high right here, it'll be long. It'll be a break retest upside. Go ahead and get it there. Woo, that's a quick 10 points. Long again here. 6 points. Long again. Pop me back up here. Got a limit on it. All right. $19.5. Right here, there's that pivot right there, which acts as a resistance level. So what it do? Here's a consolidation or sideways move. It broke it. All right, you can play the initial break. There's a retest. As soon as it breaks a high, it's long again. So right there, it popped up. And each time it breaks these levels, it's a minimum 5-10 points immediately. Every single time. So right now we're looking at this level right here, and here's support. All right, it's a major or resistance level, and you can see it came right up to it and touched it by a penny. We're rejecting. Here's the levels now. If it breaks the low of this candle right here, we'll target pivot. All right, we'll target the pivot. We want to see it. The only thing is, it's best to wait till it breaks this wick right here. All right. Now, you can always be aggressive and buy it as soon as it breaks there. Right there, your target's going to be that wick, though. And again, this is one big-ass red candle here, so price can pop back up there as fast as it can. It's after 10:40 or 10:30, so you got to be careful of that, too. This could just be a pullback to the downside. This could be a pullback on a higher time frame or profit taking. Before pushing back down. And again, there's that wave, and the peak between peak and trough is consolidation. So this is all sideways move here. Consolidating again. It breaks here. I'm going to take it long. Still making higher lows. Take it long here. Trying to take it early. Whoa, shit. 15 points. Oh. 5 points. I'm just playing a pullback break, pullback break. Long. Profit taken. Buy. I'm going to close that one. I don't want to play the pullback on it, long on it. Waiting on to break the high. And it's nothing for it to pop up 10 to 20 points in a second. We'll come back up this solid red candle here. Long. I'm going to take it long again, so it breaks high. Long. Didn't feel me. Whew, there's another 15 points. Bring right back up this big red candle, guys. Another A+ setup. So it looks like this right here. Here's that big red candle. There's consolidation as we come right back up. So it's just the opposite of what happened earlier. Getting big moves both ways. Right here, support. I'm seeing if it holds support right there. Anytime it breaks the high, this candle will be long. Every single time. It's just a wave. It's just if you go the 1 minute, it would be pullback to the top side. It would look like this. And each time it crosses this peak, we're taking it long. Every time it pulls back, that's consolidation. That's a rest that it needs to continue. Bye. I'm gonna close it out there. I'm gonna.
At this level, Barry.
What's that?
Sorry. At this level, about that quarter looks visually 50% retracement.
Yeah.
Of that move. Should we expect consolidation right now? Should we know it's going to be kind of sketchy in this area?
Yeah, it definitely could because first off we're after 10:30. Another thing could be after 10:30, you really want to be paying attention to 50% 61 because this is a typical pullback area. So if we pull up 30 minutes, see it, you're exactly right, 50%, 60%. Especially later in the day. Still in the downtrend here, still downtrend. But a lot of times, yeah, 50, 61% will be a spot where it starts to pull back, reverse, or chop for sure. And really, after 10:30, man, it gets really sketchy. It still gets sketchy. And two, this thing moved 200 points, 200 points. And now it's moved another 100 points. This thing is all over the place, and it's massive reversals. So first off, it came down and made a lower low. It could pull right back up and then come back down and make another, take this low out again if it wants to. This thing's just, it's just insane. Support on that wick right there, and then the body, see where it holds. So if I'm looking for a reversal or a continuation, the first thing I'm doing is I'm looking to see if it breaks these levels. So if it breaks this level and retests, it's the start of a reversal. Yeah, 50% of the range. You definitely want to, you definitely want to pay attention to, especially after 10:30 on these retracements back through these large candles. 100%. Yeah, so I'm back down to 17.8. So I'm back. It's after 10:30. If you trade it,
appreciate it, Jerry. I learned a lot today too. Just positive on my small MNQ that I'm trading right now, but it's good to see.
Are you up on it?
Yeah,
Great.
Today I'm up a little bit,
Great.
Not much, but
hey, it's a start, and once you get good at trading MNQ, MQ is just a step up.
right.
Step up. About process and never being greedy. And really, guys, after 10:30, I'm still in the room here, but after 10:30, you should really cut them off, man, because there's a bunch of people out there, and the entire job, I believe, is just to take back the money that you made on the day. There's some days where it will trend and it's still semi-smooth, but generally speaking, 10:30, man, is the cutoff, especially if you're green on the day. Like me, I'm giving money back. It's after 10:30. And I know better.
Jerry, could you look at BA, Boeing, please?
Yeah, BA starting to pull back up. Same setup. It's got major resistance at a 150. So if you're short that thing, that'd be your cutoff. That'd be your line of sand if it starts pushing back up above that level.
Okay.
If you took it short this morning, your stop should have been 50% of this green candle at 147.60. That way you don't get back when you're trading these things. You want to try to stay in, but again, you don't want to get back a bunch either. So right here, this thing comes down, lower highs, lower lows, all the way down to here. When it starts seeing this big candle like that, volume's increasing, but there's also a chance for exhaustion risk. You put it at 50%. First off, you don't get back the entire candle, secondly, if it starts to pull back up, that should generally act as a resistance level, especially when you start getting these higher highs and higher lows. Now, we'll go up to 15 and we'll look at, we'll find the strongest resistance level. This thing's still bearish as all get out. So let's see. So right here between those bodies, that's a major resistance level right there. We got a couple up candles, but again, starting to reject off that level. It could just be profit taking if this big move to the downside here. So it'll look like this. If it does break this level here, I would cut it for sure. Just go ahead and take profits on it. Yeah, and if you're not in it yet, it needs to break 146 for the next entry to the downside. It's still in trouble. But again, here's what happens is because this is one huge red candle, and on the 5-minute, you get those red candles and they're stacked really tightly with little to no wicks. There's a lot of stops in there. And when this thing picks up momentum, it could just shoot straight up because when those shorts get stopped, they got to sell. They got to sell to cover. And it increases price. So price can push up just as damn quick. And as soon as it gets to the very top up here, it'll reverse immediately. So I would take profits on this thing if it breaks this wick and then wait for the next break of the downside to re-enter.
Okay, thank you, Jerry.
You're welcome. Yeah, have a good day, Eric. Watching NQ here. NQ 60 is the price expanding. And the thing too is it's right in the middle. It's right in the middle, and that's really the worst place you could possibly be. There's no clear direction on it. Price is definitely expanding. We've been in a downtrend, but this is a consolidation. It's ugly. It's so damn ugly. It's smooth. It's still smooth, but on the higher time frames, no real direction. If it breaks the high or the low of the day, we can get a nice move either direction. It's got to pick one though. Right now, we're stuck right back in the middle of it, literally right in the center of it. If it breaks the lower current candle here, 13.036, we can drop back down to 12.992. We could even take and make a new low in the day. That's short here. Stay. Yeah, it's up back up here. I'm gonna close it. After 10:30, I've dropped down to one contract. I'm gonna call it here. The market's just right in the middle. It's right in the middle. We got Tesla here trying to break right this second, moving right back up the high day. The market's crazy, man. It's a whipsaw. Somebody's asking today, find me something I can stay in all day. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry, my friend. It's not going to happen. There's nothing I can give you that you can stay in all day, unless your stop is going to be, $15 wide. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Very rarely are you going to stay in something all day. The market is not going to have it. It's not going to happen. I mean, you look at this thing, pushed up, big move up, big sell off, pushed back up, chopping again. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. This market is not trending. It's a chopping market. Now, there's some days that trend, but, It's not the norm. So I'd love to stay in something all day. I'd love to stay in something for a week or two. It's not gonna happen. Long right here. Target 153, 77. But on that note, I'm going to call it. Guys, don't be afraid to reach out. Tesla's long here. Don't be afraid to reach out. I'm here to help you. If you're struggling somewhere in your stops or your entries or your strategy, I trade several different strategies and patterns. You know, pick one. Maybe we'll pick one each day and go over that. So profits. But maybe we could just pick one strategy and then go over that each day, or maybe a couple, maybe strategies on the pivots, or we can talk price action or the candles or something. I don't know. But if you're having problems, reach out. Please don't be scared to. I made about every single mistake there possibly is, and thankfully I learned from them. So, you know, ask me and I'll be glad to help you. I was where you were at one time too. So, guys, I appreciate you as usual. Hope you all have a great day. Market could turn back up around 2 o'clock. If it does, I'll start posting some stuff in on Twitter. And also, if I call in Q, if you don't trade a futures account, you can always play QQQ. It's doing the same thing. It's just a smaller ticker. It does exactly the same. Yeah, it's exactly the same setup. So, guys, I appreciate you. Hope you have a wonderful day. And I will catch y'all in the morning. Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy your day.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all.